Howdy, y'all. It's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, on this May 20th. Welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thank you again for joining me. God bless you all. Carve the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist. And please hit the like button, the subscribe button, that notification bell. Really do appreciate it. All right, so we started looking at Proverbs today, and today we're going to only look at one more chapter before we move on. And we're going to go straight to chapter 5 today, the book of Proverbs. So yesterday was about the importance of having wisdom, of gaining wisdom, and what wisdom can do for us. Today we're going to look at something a little bit more specific, and this is the wisdom of avoiding adultery. Adultery. So adultery, as you know, we know the real definition of adultery is, having sexual relations with someone who is not your married spouse. But in this case, adultery can also be used in place for just sin in general. Sin can be very tempting and adulterous in nature, and can always lead us away from the path, lead us away from God. So when we talk about adultery here, we can also be talking about sin in general. Just keep that in mind. So let's go to Proverbs chapter 5, beginning in verse 1. Son, listen to this piece of wisdom from me. Pay attention to what I know to be true. Remember to live wisely, and what you learn will keep your lips from saying the wrong thing. Now, another man's wife might be very charming, and the words from her lips so sweet and inviting, but in the end she will bring only bitterness and pain. It will be like a bitter poison and a sharp sword. She is on a path leading to death, and she will lead you straight to the grave. Don't follow her. She has lost her way and does not even know it. Be careful. Stay on the road that leads to life. Now, my sons, listen to me. Don't forget the words I say. Stay away from the woman who commits adultery. Don't even go near her house. If you do, others will get the honor you should have had. Some stranger will get everything you worked years to get. People you don't know will take all your wealth. Others will get what you worked for. At the end of your life, you will be sad that you ruined your health and lost everything you had. Then you will say, why didn't I listen to my parents? Why didn't I pay attention to my teachers? I didn't want to be disciplined. I refused to be corrected. So now I have suffered through just about every kind of trouble anyone can have, and everyone knows it. Now about sex and marriage. Drink only the water that comes from your own well, and don't let your water flow out into the streets. Keep it for yourself, and don't share it with strangers. Be happy with your own wife. Enjoy the woman you married while you were young. She is like a beautiful deer, a lovely fawn. Let her love satisfy you completely. Stay drunk on her love, and don't go stumbling into the arms of another woman. The Lord clearly sees everything you do. He watches where you go. The sins of the wicked will trap them. Those sins will be like ropes holding them back. Evil people will die because they refuse to be disciplined. They will be trapped by their own desires. All right. So first off, just a quick note here. How do you think Solomon got this wisdom about adultery specifically? Probably from his dad, David. Probably learned what happened. David probably told him the truth about what happened with him and Bathsheba. So good on David for being upfront about that, if that is the case. And good on Solomon for actually listening and trying to pass on that wisdom to his children. But anyway, so looking at the passage here, so obviously we can see that adultery is bad. Adultery just complicates things and snares us in all kinds of trouble, and it will lead to other things that we don't want, even if we don't really intend or think it's going to happen. People will start to see what happens. People will know. You will lose your respect of others. You will start to lose your worldly possessions, and that's because the Lord will take them away from you. God does not enjoy a sinner. He sees everything that you do, and it says here, the sins of the wicked will trap them and hold them back. So even if you think your sin is not hurting anyone, it is hurting you. Maybe not immediately, but it will in the future. And like I said, a lot of this passage, even though it pertains particularly to adultery, we can also substitute it with just sin in general. Sin is, like I said, it's a very tempting thing at times to sin, and sometimes we don't even realize it. But it just continues to pull us further into death in the grave. So be very careful about your actions, because God sees those actions, and we're gonna mess up. That's a given, really. We're going to mess up. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to sin, whether we intend to or not. We're going to make mistakes. But the important thing is to continue to keep looking to God and to keep walking that path toward Him, and not just keeping on the path that leads to death. Well, that's all for today, and that's all we're going to do in Proverbs. So we're going to make a quick stop tomorrow in Ecclesiastes. So we'll pick it up there tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. I'll see y'all tomorrow.